We're often asked what a typical engagement looks like. And of course, the problems that we deal with are very varied, always to do in some way to do with incentive compensation or remuneration. But our clients range from very large to very small, fast growing to not so fast growing, private or listed. Irrespective, there is a sort of process that we follow, and it feels a little bit like this. When we first speak to a prospective client, and we do want to speak to you, we'll spend a lot of time thinking about the problem. Defining that problem in some ways is one of the most important stages in the entire assignment, because some clients will come to us with a problem that seems like it is much bigger than it really is. In other words, we can't hire people, we can't keep people, and that's actually because of a benchmarking issue. And some people might come with what appears like a small problem, which is we'd like to increase the number of people who get long-term incentives, which in itself creates a very big problem called dilution. There's not enough equity. The shareholders will throw up their arms in dismay if we grant that much equity, and so forth. But once we've defined the problem, we will write a proposal that describes your situation, how we will respond to it. In that proposal, which is a draft, we will estimate how much time it will take to help you and what that will cost. And that cost is agreed. We will agree a budget and we'll stick to that budget until the scope changes. So the next stage really is to look at that draft proposal, agree the scope, make sure that we're both clear as to what needs to be done. You have a sense of the timing, you have a sense of the cost, and we will then probably do a lot in a much shorter space of time than you think. So there is often a process of gathering information about your organization and the problem. There is a process of potentially interviewing one or two selected individuals to get a context. There is a process of researching the marketplace and thinking about the issues. And the first stage where we will then meet is to have a discussion for which we'll provide working papers, which will then lead potentially to the narrowing of our thoughts around a recommended approach. And over time, and we're talking weeks rather than months probably, we will end up with some alternatives that are very close to a set of recommendations we collectively believe will fly, that will be accepted. And we will then help you to build consensus around a recommendation. Once we have a recommendation, we will help you to communicate the recommendation, and we will help you implement that recommendation. And once that is in place, typically there is a series of check-back sessions to see how that's going, maybe some adjustments. The first year may have been a pilot. The second year may be something which is a slight adjustment on the first year. But that's the scope of our projects. And it all starts with a conversation focused on defining the problem, and we look forward to that.